Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Speaks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Commit Life Replays for today's card. And on today's show, I'll have a picture here from college football. 3 games on the board here in the bowl games. Also, we'll have a picture from the NBA 4-game card here for this Tuesday. College basketball, more conferences in action, a little bigger ones as well here. NHL, handful of games today from the NHL board. Guys, we'll appreciate it if you hit that like, that subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. Really helps us build our audience. So let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks as we don't mess around here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. We'll say a little Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Coming off a 1-2 day there. Had the Rams, got them at -7. Couldn't even sniff that there. I do think there was a terrible call there at the end, but I don't think we would have got the cover anyway. But missed that one. Then I had the Bulls that just didn't do it. But, we did have the Pelicans. So they've been covering for us. A couple off the hit list, and just ready to get to it.
Absolutely. Let's go to El Nino. Sal, what's going on?
Yeah, still under the weather here, but at least a 1-0 day yesterday. Made me feel a little bit better, I guess, but still battling this flu or whatever I got going on here. But we're still here. No NBA injuries here.
There we go. El Ninos will play right through it. No doubt about that. Yeah, why not, right? They've come from the old school. When you're calling in sick, you just give a hospital room out. All right. That's the way we do it back in the day. When I broke into the job market, my boss told me, he goes, if you're calling sick, I need to go to the hospital. I need another room number. There you go.
Yeah. At least you don't have to worry about getting any of you guys sick, so still showing up here.
That's right. So we still can't transform anything here through the internet. All right, guys. Yeah, 1-1 day for me. I went down with the Bulls, but had the over in the Rams and the Falcons. So I got that. Thank goodness got the field goal because it's never a guarantee in overtime to score points. But I think with these two defenses, we would have seen some points in overtime. But anyway, we got through it. Let's get to the games for today, guys. We'll start with college football bowls. 3 bowl games here on the board. We'll knock them out here in one block. And we've got Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Tech. There's some opt-outs here, especially quarterback position here for Coastal. Coaching situations as well. We got La Tech now up to 10.5, total 49. Their coaches intact there, Louisiana Tech. Tennessee and Illinois, of course, there's some opt-outs here as well. We've got Tennessee 3.5. There's some threes out there, total 61.5. USC and TCU. Of course, USC's quarterback plays, but he will not have his 2 best receivers, his 2 best tight ends there. Hoover out here for TCU, hits the transfer portal. Here we got USC 6.5. Total sits now up to 56. We're seeing 56 in the hookup there as well in some places. We start here with Chris.
Yeah, look at this Tennessee-Illinois game, 61.5. I think it's up there for a reason. You look at Tennessee, especially when they play non-conference teams. They're 8-1 to the over there, so they trend that way. But I think we see a lot of back and forth in this one in the Music City Bowl there. So we'll take the over in that matchup. And then USC TCU, I'm gonna take the points for TCU there. I think they can keep it close enough there to get it within the 6. I don't know if they win, but I do like the points with them as opposed to USC, as you mentioned. He's without a couple weapons in that one, so we'll take them.
There from Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I ended up on Illinois here early. Just like them in the first quarter, getting a half point there over Tennessee. Yeah, could go full game as well, but I think I like the first quarter look, just limiting Tennessee's possessions and chances to cover their little half point there. So if we get a score or a couple stops here, we should cash this one with Illinois in the first quarter. And yeah, I like the under in the USC game, as you mentioned, a lot of offensive pieces missing here. Both team at 500 on their totals on the season, but with all these opt-outs on offense, I'm going to have to take the under in this one.
Yeah, from El Nino says, I've been in a bad bet. Under's been money here in these bowl games. It was under yesterday, was money, right? I mean, that had a perfect situation there with these teams without quarterbacks. They are in coaching situations here. I'll look at Independence Bowl here, 45 degrees, light wind. Coastal Carolina will be missing 2 offensive tackles and a receiver. They will have a defense player not playing, but they got quarterback situation with Collier with the knee injury. La Tech, Evan Bullock is in the portal there. Also, too, in this one, we got another opt out here for Coastal Carolina at the quarterback position. So here, I think a situation where Chanticleers will utilize the backup Bulldogs, looking at a 3rd-string quarterback due to injuries here. So they also, when you look at Chanticleers, they also fired their head coach. can utilize the interim. A few assistants are exiting the program. Of course, a lot of Louisiana Tech's coaches are intact. That probably explains the alignment, but I wouldn't lay the points. I wouldn't lay this type of points in a bowl game like this. Bulldogs inexperienced at quarterback. I think both teams had success running the football. I think that's what they do, is just run the football, run clock. I look for the under there with Coastal Carolina and Louisiana Tech. Tennessee and Illinois. I like Illinois here plus the points. Vols have a lot of opt-outs on defense. Altmaier is one of those sneaky quarterbacks. Luke Altmaier, who as a senior, 3-year starter there, put up some good numbers this year. 68% completion rate, 8.5 yards per pass attempt. Tennessee fired their defensive coordinator, so there may be some weakness there defensively here for Tennessee. I think Luke Altmaier, because I talked about the goal of these senior quarterbacks is just to keep playing, hopefully get a Senior Bowl invite, hopefully get an East Shrine invite, and hopefully get drafted, or if you're undrafted, just get to some camp in the NFL. I think that's the goal here for a quarterback like Luke Altmaier, who's shown steady improvement throughout the last 3 years, and this year topped it off with a fantastic season as for stat-wise on paper here. 37 degrees, light wind in Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know how excited Tennessee is going to be here. This is a downgrade from last year when they went to the playoffs, right? This is a playoff team that is stepping down in the Music City Bowl. As Tennessee's without their top receiver on defense, no edge, their edge rusher, 2 corners, linebacker out, and they have a backup running back who's considering opting out of this game because I guess he wanted to be the number 1 guy there. So I'll look at Illinois here plus the points. I agree with Al Ninos here. I like the under in this game. We're going here with a backup for TCU. Ken Seals, if you look at his numbers at Vanderbilt, he lost his job. He was not very good there. The accuracy, the issue there with Vanderbilt quarterback. Of course, as we talked about, USC without their 2 top receivers, their 2 top tight ends, Seals' ineffectiveness in Vanderbilt. TCU, the one thing that's steady here is TCU's defensive players here are pretty much intact. And I think that's the key here. Trojans have gone under in 5 of 7. And Maivod, quarterback, of course, is going to return next season. But again, he's missing his targets. I'll look for the under as well in that one between USC and TCU. Oh, by the way, USC's defensive coordinator has left the program to go to his alma mater there in Penn State. If you remember, he was highly touted because USC poached him from UCLA. Well, opening there in Penn State, he goes to his alma mater there. So USC without their defensive coordinator in this game. All right, let's continue here on the Toy Morning Show. We'll turn our attention here over to the NBA 4-game card for today. And let's take a look here at some of the games, lines, and the injuries here on today's report. Let's see what we got here. NBA for today. It will be, let me get my NBA tab up. We've got Sixers and Grizzlies here. We see Philadelphia 1.5, total 234. Celtics and Jazz. Here we've got Boston here laying 8.5, total 241. Pistons and Lakers. We got the Lakers dogs here. Pistons, well, 3s are gone now, down to 2.5. It opened 5. My goodness, this one's come down to 2.5, total 232.5. A lot of love for the Pistons, but they've been on the road a long time. The Grinch, this is the Grinch team. They were on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day on the road, this Pistons team. Kings and Clippers. Clippers laying 10. The 9.5s are popping up right now from an opener of 8.5. Total sits 221.5. We'll look at the injuries here from these 4 games. Sixers and Grizzlies. No Oubre, no Watford, but Joel Embiid here is listed as questionable. Memphis and on the Memphis side, maybe the hustle again here. Caldwell Pope, Clark, the Giant Edey, Jerome, Conker, Pippen, Williams are out. Jock Landale, someone who shows up in the scoring column, he'll be questionable there for the Grizzlies. Boston and Utah, just Boucher out. Of course, Tatum's still going to show up because I guess there's hope they don't come back. We'll see. Ace Bailey, not Ace Frehley, he's out here for the Jazz. Love and Yang also out. Here's a significant player here. Keontae George, you see him in the scoring column all the time. He's questionable there for Utah. Detroit and the Lakers. LeVert doubtful off the bench. Big injuries here for the Lakers. And Hachimura and Reeves are 2 shooters here. Vincent, backup guard, is also out of this one. You're going to see the former Memphis Grizzly, Jake LaRavia, now hits the starting lineup along with Marcus Smart. Smart and Doncic, your starting backcourt. LaRavia in for Hachimura. So it impacts definitely their depth there for the Lakers. Kings and Clippers. No Levine, no Sabonis there for Sacramento. Murray here is questionable. For the Clippers, no Bogdanovich, shooter off the bench. No, Zubac is out. They've been winning games without Zubac, so you got to wonder if they want to move him. That's been interesting to note there. This Zubac has been out. The Clippers somehow, some way has found it. Collins here is questionable with Brook Lopez, and we'll get the start there in that one. We'll go over to Chris.
Yeah, we'll start with the 76ers and my Grizzlies. Give me my Grizzlies plus the points there. I could just, you guys can take the plus 1.5. We're probably going to take them outright on the money line there. I think we beat up on the Sixers tonight in Memphis on that one. And typically with Utah at home, we've been taking the over, but I mean, Keontae George is a big part of that, so we need to make sure what's happening with him. He's a big shooter for the Jazz and everything. So I may take the under there, under 240. Now, typically when we see 240, like I said, at Utah, we've been taking that total over. But last time these guys met, it was 103, 105. So I'll take that total under. Pistons, Lakers, I'm taking the points with the Pistons. I just think I know they've been on the road forever, but I still like them better here than I do the Lakers. Reeves, definitely a key component there. Hachimura, definitely a good three-pointer shooter there. So I'll take the points, take the Pistons to cover. And then I'm going with the Clippers. I think Kawhi Leonard woke up the other night, 51 points. I don't know what happened there, but I'd really take the Clippers there. I know it's a big number. It's just a slight lean there on them if I had to pick either side. But Sabonis is a big key component there. If Murray doesn't play, he's one of my favorite Kings. He's a good shooter as well. So just slight lean to the Clippers to cover.
There we go with Chris. We move on over to Al Nino's.
Yeah, speaking of that, Zubac sitting out. I mean, Brook Lopez gives them a different look there. He can stretch the floor, so you know how that the game is moving toward in that direction as it moves on. You know, it's hard to find a spot on the roster if you can't shoot the ball, right, or shoot threes. And also a sneaky good defender, racking up some sneaky blocks. You might not think of him as the best paint defender, but he'll sneak in for a block or two there. Not much on that game, unfortunately. May mess around, take the Kings early here, maybe Kings first quarter. Hope they keep it somewhat respectable early, but not too much on that one. The Jazz Celtics. I actually grabbed the points here with the Jazz. I know that Keontae George question mark is pretty significant, but I think the line's already moving there, and well, it looks like he's dealing with an illness too. So hopefully he can play through that. But either way, we just get a better number with the Jazz if he sits this one out. So, yeah, I think the Celtics should win this one, but I think they're laying a couple too many points there. And the Pistons, Lakers, yeah. A couple offensive pieces missing here. No Austin Reeves, obviously, for the Lakers. Karis LeVert's doubtful there for the Pistons. But both these teams trending heavily the over on the season. I still think we get over this number. Lakers 19-11 the over, Pistons 16-15-1 to the over. So I'll take the over in that one.
Yeah, from Al Nino's here. Say what I think about some of these games. Yeah, I agree with the Memphis number here. I think it's a little short here. Memphis has been hitting their threes and defending pretty well. Boys, this Philadelphia Sixers team has not shot the ball over their past 2 weeks, just 42%, 34% from three, but defensively giving up 49% shooting overall. I'll look at Memphis in that spot. I also agree there. I'll take the points here with Utah. Jazz have been shooting the ball very well, hitting their threes. Boston here on the road hitting 46%. The Jazz have covered 6 of 8 with really good shooting. I'll take them here in this one. Pistons, Lakers, yeah, I can only look at the Pistons side. I know they've been on the road a long time. They've had some struggles here on the road lately, but LA has failed to cover 4 of 5 with poor defense. I mean, yeah, they beat the Kings, but this is a massive step up in class here facing the Pistons over the Kings. So I can only look here at Detroit here in this spot to bounce it back. The Grinch team that's been on the road since Christmas Eve, they're there. Maybe come home for New Year's. Well, hopefully, I guess I didn't look if this is the last game of the road trip.
Yeah, it's their last.
It is their last one. Okay, at least you can ring in the New Year at home there, Detroit. There, I don't know if you'd want to do that though. All right, we'll look here at the Clippers. Probably a team that I could only lean here. They've waken up here, and I know this Kings team is just a mess right now. 3-14 on the road, minus 10 net rating here on the road this year. But the Clippers may have woken up here. We've seen some shooting improvement and 3-point shooting going down 42% from 3, allowing 32%. But all it took was James Harden and trade rumors. That's all it took. And as hard as I don't want to leave LA. It's a 45-minute jet ride from to Vegas. So Harden wants to stay in LA, and we're starting to see the team somehow, some way get it together here. Yeah, Brook Lopez in, Zubac out. This has all happened with Zubac injured. So we'll see how it rolls. Maybe got to keep Brook Lopez in the starting lineup. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show. turn our attention to college basketball. This time of the year, as we're into bowl season, we just ask the cappers, just give us what you got in college basketball for today. We do have some conference games here today as well, many of them as we're hitting the end of the year. We'll start with Chris.
Yeah, the only one I'm really touching on today, there's a lot of these numbers are out of control. But the one I'm looking at is Butler Creighton, and I'm going to take the under. You look at what Creighton's, they trend to the under 150 to 159 when you get between that point range there, 19-4 to the under. I'd also lean, I know we've got -5.5 is what I'm seeing on my books right now for Creighton. But I still take the Creighton to cover that, but I like the under a lot better in that matchup.
There we go here from Chris on over to Al Ninos.
Yeah, sorry. Dog's starting to get wild again. Yeah, not too much here for me. I was looking at this Vermont going into Princeton. Obviously, a much better record on the season. Princeton's just 3-11. Now they're 3-1 at home, so that's a lot better. But again, Vermont not too terrible on the road, 3-2 on the road. So I'll lay it there. Now we definitely missed the best of the number. This one jumped from -1.5 to 3.5. So obviously a lot of value gone, but they should win this one by 2 possessions plus. And yeah, sorry, not too much today, guys.
All right, from El Ninos here. I'll tell you what I think here in some of these games. I look for Colorado State to make the big bounce back after that embarrassment against Utah State. This is the number one 3-point shooting team in the league, number one in effective field goal shooting in all of college basketball, 44% from 3, 60% from 2, 81% from 3. Give me Colorado State here on this on the home court, laying the 3 here against a Nevada team who it was very weak shooting the basketball inside, 317th in the nation in 2-point shooting. Why? Because they're 295th in the nation in size. Not a very big team. I look for Colorado State to muscle inside and get it done here. A team with size against a team that without size. I'll look at Colorado State there to get it done. Loyola Marymount, I know I've been down on them, but they showed me a little bit here in their game against St. Mary's was very competitive. I'll lay it here against with Loyola Marymount here as they take on Pacific, a team that I'm not really fond of with this Pacific Tigers team. But, Loyola Marymount, they are a good 3-point shooting team at 37%. Very good on the defensive side here, 30th in the nation in effective field goal defense. They played St. Mary's to a 5-point loss. Pacific, we saw them last year in conference play get rolled here on the road against San Diego, losing by 12. This is a team that's 349th in the nation in turning the ball over. I don't like to back teams that turn the ball over like that. Can't make their threes. They don't force turnovers, no ball pressure. Give me, in this one, give me Loyola Marymount in that one. All right, let's continue here on this morning's show. Shout out to folks in the chat room. Keep an eye out. We probably missed the lead here. We had Jokic go down with a knee injury, so keep an eye on his status. A little concerned because Denver played a lot of basketball here of late. They had a 3-game and 4-night situation, and then they had that crazy game against Minnesota, and then he comes down with an injury. So, and of course, they've been injured. So Jokic's been playing a lot of basketball, and what happens? He goes down with a knee injury. So keep an eye on today's news releases to see what's story here with Jokic. He could looks pretty serious.
I think he was the first player ever to go back-to-back triple doubles and on back-to-back nights. So yeah, definitely playing a lot and playing hard. I mean, his style looks lazy, but that's still a big body he has to move around. And yeah, he definitely puts in work.
Yeah, and that was a concern. They played a lot of basketball. I don't know what the minute situations were like with him, but they've been hurt. They missed Gordon a lot, so he's been playing. So, oh boy, the coach is going to take a lot of heat over this one. I have a feeling when they go back and peel the layers in this one, because I went against the Denver Nuggets a few times because of all the basketball they've been playing around the holidays. So we'll see what happens here. All right, we'll go over to the NHL. I'll knock it off in one block here with Al Ninos here. The 5-game card. We've got Hurricanes, Penguins. Hurricanes, $1.27, total of 6. Devils and Maple Leafs here. We got the Devils here, $1.22, total 6. Canadians and Panthers here. Panthers, $1.30, total of 6. Islanders and Blackhawks. We have the Islanders, $1.35, total 5.5. Flyers and Canucks. It's the Flyers, $1.30, total 5.5. Over to El Ninos.
Yeah, pretty tricky card today. So tread lightly. A lot of back-to-backs, and actually going to be back in a couple of these teams on the back-to-back. So again, not huge plays, but just my little free plays for today. First off, you got the Panthers. They're on the back-to-back, but they are at home. They're the better team here. Montreal, has had a decent season, but still think the Panthers are the better bunch. So I lay the small number there with the Panthers at home. Same story there. Hurricanes and Penguins. We've seen the Penguins show some signs of life lately, but again, I think they'll be outclassed in this one. The Hurricanes, again, another team on the back-to-back there, so maybe not a huge play, but I'll lean to the Hurricanes to get the job done again there. And Islanders, Blackhawks. Yeah, Islanders not playing their best hockey right now, but yeah, Blackhawks have been struggling without better there, so I'll take the Islanders to get the job done in that one as well.
Here we go here from El Ninos here. We got you through the major sports coverage for today. Now it's time for our Parlay Purple segment, where Cappers give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We start off with Chris.
Yeah, I'll keep it a light today. Give you guys a player prop for the NHL. Guy from the Carl Grundstrom. I believe he's with the Flyers, if I'm not mistaken. There he's at plus 500. Looks good on the thing. He didn't make the hit list, but just was missing just one criteria there. But looking this morning, we'll take Carl Grundstrom for a anytime goal scorer.
Here we go here from El Ninos. I'm sorry, from Chris. Move on over to El Ninos.
I'll take the Jazz. I'll take the Hurricanes, and I'll take the Islanders.
All right, I'll give you my three-teamer here. I'll look for Colorado State here with the under in USC and TCU, and I'll take care of the Pistons laying the 2.5. All right, we got you through our Parlay Purple segment. Now it's time to see what our Cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Heading to a big week of action, guys. College football playoffs come back tomorrow, right? And then we get into New Year's Day. Then a lot of bowl games on the 2nd. Bowl games for today. The really good bowl games coming in here as well. NFL closing out the final week of the season. I believe we call it week 18, if I'm not mistaken, here with 2 games on Saturday, 14 here on Sunday. Guys, check out our link here on the description. It'll take you over to our site over at TonySpicks.com. You can check out our leaderboards with top performers listed there for you as well. We'll see what Chris has for sale right now over at Tony's Picks. Chris, what you got for sale?
I kept it light today. I got you guys 2 picks, one from the NBA and then one from the college football, Music City Bowl. You guys can go snatch those up there and do that. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save you the 15% off of either one of those. And hop on to the long term. We still got a lot of action going on, still NBA, college basketball, college football, still those bowl games and playoffs and everything there. And then we've got some NFL action still. So hop on something there with me. I know I wanted to yesterday, but always use a bounce back there. So long term is the way to go. 2-for-1 capper. You guys see who's on the leaderboard. You see who's doing well. You see who's on the show is doing well. So pair us up. Let's go to work for you. And we're just going to continue trying to do well.
That's right, guys. You got with Chris over at TonySpace.com. You've got a best bet up there, 2 best bets on the board. Remember, all of these one-day passes are profit guaranteed. The most earned or profit amount purchased is credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Get over with Chris over at TonySpicks.com. Your long-term subscriptions are the way to go here. You guys like that 7-day pass early in the season, especially with all these sports overlapping. So get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. All right, let's take a look, see what's rolling over on the site. We'll see what El Ninos has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Al's put together pretty good numbers here over the past 7 days and 30 days as well on the site. Let's see what Al's got for sale right now. What do you got, Al?
Just one play for me today again, so far at least. Just my best bet in the NBA there, my alley-oop, if you want to check that one out. But as Chris was saying, your best way to go is always those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes, and pair me up with your favorite capper and get all the Steam plays emailed right to you.
That's right. El Ninos here, 1,254 units of profit last 30 days. Here, document her on the site over at Tony's Picks. As you can see here, Al's really been cranking right now here. Last 30 days has been on fire here, 1,254. He's got an LAU play up for you right now in NBA, so keep an eye there. Profit guaranteed. Long-term subscription is the way to go as well with all these sports overlapping. Remember, all of our member plays are in the system by 11 a.m. Eastern time, and then we continue to handicap throughout the day and night. Looking for those late Steam plays. We put plays in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, and those plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email that you use when you sign up for the service. Also, props included. We've automated our prop system for our cappers and make it easy for them to get the props in the system, auto-graded as well. We have props here from pretty much all the widely available props from the NFL, from the NBA from the NHL this time of the year. So those props are in the system now, guys. So you can get them included on all long-term subscriptions. And of course, you can opt for the 2-for-1 cap promotion. Yeah, you can match up Chris and El Nino's here on a 2-for-1 promotion if you like. Here, of course, does save you money when you do that. So get on board here. Long-term subscriptions here, 2-for-1 cap promotion. Two top cappers get 50% off the second capper on that promotion. All right, guys, over at Tony's Picks today, I will have a best bet here for you from college football as well as the NBA. I've got one ready to put in the system for you right now. So get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. And remember that promo code TonyT will save you that 15% off. Visit our YouTube channel every day with lots of great content. Not just, we have 5 live shows over the channel, as well as all of our on-demand content for you. Remember, of our live shows are interactive. We interact with you folks in the chat. So always welcome up the chat conversation there. But if you land on our homepage, that's where it's the best way to start, because you'll see my compilation videos. Chris's hit list up there for you right now. NHL is up right now from Chris. Of course, our playlist here from the NFL, from college football, from the NBA. So we're locked and loaded, ready to go today. We got college basketball coverage today with DeAndre and Ramon here. We've got Night Moves here with a couple here from UMass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we got 4. We got 5 college hoops plays here from Ramon today. So we're locked and loaded, ready to roll here from college basketball today as well. We'll have our compilation videos up as well for you guys. NHL up there. Ramon's got you covered fully here from the NHL with the entire card for you there. Props from Chris. UFC fights, when fights are back, we'll get Alessandro in there with the fight picks. And, of course, our short reels, where we have lots of shorts there, guys. So whether you watch us here on the landscape or the vertical, search us out and find the best format for you guys. So we got the vertical formats. We got the shorts for you guys. So check them out there on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Lots of great content. Of course, Chris, you're a big contributor here. We see you on the live show. We see you on some of the reels, as well as that big prop, your hit list that's been real popular here on the channel.
Yeah, definitely been a popular series there. Everybody seems to enjoy it. I've got you 4 goal scores out there today. I gave you that last one from the last game there. It was just like El Nino said earlier, it was a tricky card today, trying to find you guys some good matchups, especially on the back-to-back with these guys. But as long as I've got data, you guys will have a video on that with NHL, NFL. And then, like I said, first of the year, we're going to start diving into basketball, so you'll be covered there. And then, of course, once baseball is back, we'll have a separate home run hit list, as that's my favorite thing to do. So you guys will have that. And as long as, if I don't have anything going on in the mornings, I typically try to be here. We are wrapping stuff up for the end of the year. So I'll be here as much as I can. But yeah, I'm on the live shows. You guys see me on the reels. You see where it gets cut. Find me on the playlist. The easiest way to find the hit list is go to that playlist that we have there. Tons of good content. Check everybody out. Give everybody a like, a thumbs up, and share, subscribe, and let everybody know about us. And just keep it all coming.
That's right, guys. Check out Chris here on the hit list. It's been very popular segment as well. So he joins us in the morning show. You'll see him as well on the reels. Check the shorts out there for more content as well. Of course, El Nino's live show appearances, many of them here. We do see some of your on-demand content, but a lot of live show appearances, and, of course, we see on the reels.
Yeah, mostly live shows lately, but we'll try to get those dogs and shorts back up there for everyone. But, again, tons of content out on Tony's YouTube, so make sure you go check it out. Lots of good stuff there.
That's right, guys. And hit the live tab. You'll be able to watch a replay of our live morning show. Night Moves here with DeAndre and Ramon. That one, 3 a.m. Eastern time, complete rundown of the entire card from Ramon here. You get a lot of great content from both of them. These shows go between 1 and 2.5 hours at sometimes there with Ramon. The Prince of Darkness here with the Night Moves show. So check it out there. Lots of great content, complete rundown on all the games here as well. Happy hour with Rod, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Look ahead with Alessandro, midnight Eastern time. And, of course, we have the Daily Dangle, our hockey show with Rod. You'll see Ron in there. You'll see Steve Duncan in there as well. So check out the Daily Dangle here every day, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And, of course, that leaves us off here back to the morning show. So 5 live shows, all chat interactive, guys. So check us out. We've got a lot of great content on the Tony's YouTube channel. We went from 1 show to 5 live shows this year. We'll look for some more as we start to work on more of a, hopefully get our props rolling here. We're going to get our prop page going up on the site right now, working on that. And of course, we've heard you guys. We are working on getting those plays SMS to you for long-term subscribers. Still working on that. But those are some of the 2 of our biggest projects that we got rolling on right now to serve you guys better here at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, guys, with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. hit that like, hit that subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. Shout out Richard. Congratulations there on that parlay hitting yesterday. Trying to see if you had much of Knicks, Suns, Bucks, and Warriors coming in there. Warriors, yeah, that was a big one here, getting it done on a back-to-back spot. But they're still sitting around 500. Are they going to be a play-in? PC Critter coming in here with this plays today. And, of course, Chicago, Ferrado. We'll see what happens here with the Bears coming here. Appreciate your contributions. Cal Dog, appreciate your contributions there in Chicago. Go Bears. And I'm going to also say go Illinois today. I'm an Illinois fan, but Illinois Fighting Illini. There hasn't been a whole lot to cheer with Illinois, but they've had the best team there in quite a while in college football. All right, that's going to do it for the show today, guys. We're back in tomorrow live here at 9:30 a.m. Each time. Stay tuned. Daily Dangle here. 1 p.m. each time. Rod, a complete rundown from the NHL card. Once we get the morning skates in, once we figure out the goalies, Rod will be there to give you the picks. Any closing thoughts for anybody before we close it out?
Just make it a winning day, guys.
Make it a winning one. We're going to wake up. Bye, guys. You make it a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Fix Bonus Show.